kingdoms, or what would our communities look like if you could say the kingdom of God is here? So we want something that really emphasizes the kingdom, because that's what this whole idea of the book and the class is about, is the kingdom. So that's going to be our central idea. And a cool little video idea that we have is to interconnect a bunch of these sketch drawings. So at first, you ask about the kingdom. So, you know, some nice little castle in the clouds with a bunch of, you know, a nice little ray of light to kind of look, you know, like it's the kingdom of heaven, or you know, something like that. So then I decided to take a fresh look of through the eyes of age-old question by people of all walks of life for some 2,000 years ago. So then after this, it kind of pans down to the person drawing none of this other stuff, but just the timeline. And then maybe putting some, you know, important dates. So obviously, you know, back around when Jesus was walking, put some other dates, put today, and then, you know, on into the future too, to show that it will probably be, you know, an age-old question and continue on for a long time. And actually, I just thought of this. It might be good to have, I know this is really big already, but it might be good to have the kingdom bigger, just to show that it expands beyond the timeline, so that the kingdom is, you know, the kingdom is infinite, even beyond these, you know, infinite arrows of the timeline.
So this one could be...
This would actually be a little bit, you know, shorter, but, or, you know, expand that. So,
okay, so that changes everything, because we were going to make it smaller too.
I know, but...
this is a better idea now.
Yeah, I mean,
because
the
it
timeline,
encompasses everything.
This is a lot, this is a lot better than the smaller idea, so just to make it go home.
I mean, but it's, you know, we need to have a big enough timeline to get some details in. But anyway, so that's something I just thought of. So I decided to take a fresh look of through the eyes of our generation. So then after, you know, it's just dates on here, nothing else is here yet. So then we'll zoom in pretty much the middle, where present day is at 2013, 2012 and 2013.
Right, your thing on there. I'm looking at this video. I wanted to see how you would just get your arm up there without having to rest your body in there.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Go ahead then.
Yeah.
I'll
Act
do
like
it.
you're doing something.
Just go ahead and...
That's cool. Yeah.
So drawing something like that.
That's neat. Yeah, you don't see the rest of your body. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I asked question in churches, streets, government offices, restaurants, hospitals, and everywhere I can get people to answer it. So that's why I really don't think we're going to be able to get everything on this board, because if we want to draw, you know, a bunch of these little examples of, you know, where you're asking people, you're going to need a bigger space than this.
This is the one that you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
These
so
are
this
the
is where
people.
we're at right now. These are the
Okay,
people in
I'm asking
the churches, streets, governments, office, everywhere I can get people to answer it. So people are asking the question, so that line isn't there yet. So people, you know, asking the question, and then ask the question, and then kind of maybe just zoom so that you can only see the kingdom and these people asking about it.
All right.
And then you talk about the mayor, the waitress, medical professional, pastor. So, you know, those are all people that you can draw a ton of people up here asking, you know, trying to answer the question and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So as you go through those things. And then after you go, and then this is, I kind of had the idea of 2012 to 2013, and maybe just put hash marks of different months, so you can say as through the months, then, you know, zoom in, and then as the person's writing January, February, March, April, May, June, you know, just to show that it, I don't know, it takes a while to do that. And then after you talk about all the current day stuff, then you talk about Jesus introduced, and then you zoom in on just the dates in the timeline, zoom back this way, back to AD 36 approximately, draw Jesus, taught people by telling stories and parables, so then you can draw Jesus, you know, telling people stories, modeling it through his life, so you can actually show him, you know, doing something like handing out the fish, or, you know, walking or whatever. Taught it by delegating and involving others in his work, so you can draw a picture like, you know, he's preaching in front of this captive audience here, and then kind of delegating it out, having people follow suit after him, and then have him, you know, kind of in the background but then the people who originally he was preaching to and telling, have them now turning around, and each one of them telling multiple more people to kind of, you know, spread that. And then after Jesus left the earth, so, you know, back here to where Jesus is, you can maybe draw a cloud, lift it up, you know, so it's kind of leaving the earth.